Mm, Hello, good evening. This is Dr. Harshavardhan, urologist from Vise Academy. Today we have here Dr. Archit Mudlidhar, who is from Mumbai, and congrats to him. He has secured rank 1 in INICET SS 2021 session. So he's all set to join AIMS New Delhi. The process of admission and stuff has been done. So he's awaiting admission, maybe a couple of days. He will be in AIMS New Delhi. Congrats, Archit. Hope you are doing fine. This is a small session where
Thank you
Archit
so much,
is
sir.
going to, yeah, this is a small session where Archit is going to share his uh, journey of how he has prepared for INICET and NEET-SS. Archit, over to you.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Archit. I just recently, by some stroke of luck, got rank 1 in AIMS in the INICET session. Actually, it wasn't luck. I think Harsha sir asked me to just talk about what all I've been through. To be honest, this isn't the first time I've been trying to give the exam. I gave NEET last year. I did very badly. I tried to prepare by myself. I had no guidance. I did all kinds of unnecessary topics which weren't required. Then I think around January last year or February last year, I enrolled with Vise, and almost immediately, the effect that Vise had was so profound that I managed to clear the first round of AIMS in the May session last year. I didn't make it past the interview, but it's the guidance that Harsha sir and Kaushik sir have given is just, I honestly I couldn't thank them enough. Um, I for I was in a very bad shape mentally after the NEET exam didn't work out because I thought it would, and I would always from the beginning, from my UG to PG, I'd had a very negative view of coaching classes overall. But sir, you've actually completely changed that. I think the amount of sort of the personal, this one, the way you kept in touch with us, it was just incredible. um, and the notes were so good. The notes and the tests, actually, they were so good that I would listen to the lecture, I would study your notes, and then I would try to give the test and see how much I scored on that. And that was the entire way I prepared for the exam. And the subsequent times, I would just pick up your notes again and again, whatever you had given us, the printouts. I would read it, and that's what got me through, to be honest. Because I think reading the entire book, even if you want to read Campbell review, which I tried to do in for major topics, it takes a very long time. And whatever information you had given us was just incredible that way.
Archit, what was your rank in NEET-SS last year? You said it was a very bad.
Sir, it was very bad, sir. I think it was close to 650. It was 650.
So this is actually an incredible journey. Means 650 to rank 1 in AIMS means it's a paradigm shift, I can say.
Yes, sir.
Complete paradigm shift.
Yes,
So,
sir.
so during your process of preparation, of course, everyone will have their ups and downs, good days and bad days. So how you used to cope up with days where you were not able to, or weak sometimes, where you are not able to concentrate on your preparation? So what was your inspiration? What drove you to have such a long-standing inspiration?
I've so AIMS for me had always been a personal goal. I mean, from the time as an undergraduate, it was. I think everybody goes through that, right? That's all people talk about. They want to get into a central institute. So I couldn't do that for my undergraduation or my post graduation. And in fact, post graduation, I fell sick the day of the AIMS paper. So I gave it with fever in this one. So I think beyond everything, I just wanted to make sure that I gave a good attempt to try to secure that goal. So what kept me sane, actually, my parents were always there whenever I needed to talk to them. I had a group of friends, and I would always take the time to take a a very conscious mental break from studying, because what I realized was so I would try to do exercise for half an hour or go for a jog, do something that sort of took me out of that. And what I realized was after I did that, I would be able to study much better rather than trying to sit for 6 hours at a stretch and everything. But that is basically what got me through. So.
Okay. So where did you do your undergrad and postgrad? You said you wanted always to be in a central institute.
Yes.
Post-graduation was
College.
Post-graduation from?
Bangalore Medical College. So.
Okay, okay, okay. So Archit, during your preparation, you said you have qualified in the June 2021 session for AIMS,
Yes,
but
sir, yes.
you couldn't make it to the interview.
Yes,
So did you qualify for PGI, JIPMA? Did you give any other central institutes at that time?
Yes, sir. I gave PGI, but PGI I missed out by I think 0.5 or something.
Okay, okay.
Otherwise, it was very close. And the other problem with PGI was I gave the AIMS interview, and I think 4 days later was the PGI theory paper. So
Okay.
and I couldn't study general surgery in that much time.
Okay, okay. So were you actually preparing for NEET-SS, or your only goal was to crack AIMS?
No, sir. I was preparing for NEET-SS, to be honest. I had tried to do as much general surgery and all as
yes.
INICET at the last minute, they told us that there would be general surgery as well. So it just sort of
Yeah.
worked out.
Yeah. Having said that about general surgery, so suddenly they have changed the pattern of NEET-SS, and they said there is a complete transformation from the existing pattern to 150 MCQs of general surgery. So it was actually a shocker to all the aspirants. So how did you take that shock, and how did you cope up to it, and what was your strategy to prepare for NEET-SS and INICET, two completely different kinds of examination, short duration. So what was your strategy? How did you manage to keep up?
So I still remember the day when the notification for NEET, because 150 questions, no neurosurgery. We had been studying that for a very long time, and I had always felt that because of the way I had prepared, urology was my strong suit by that point. So, sir, honestly, it was a complete shock at that point. So I think overnight, everybody changed whatever they wanted to do. I ended up buying the newer edition, getting the daily review, and I started trying to look for general surgery videos. And the videos on the Vise app also helped then. There's particularly the plastic surgery and the GI ones. Yes, sir. The video in general oncology was also very, very, very useful, especially, and the notes.
Yeah.
But beyond that, there was nothing we could do, sir. It was sort of just emotionally bracing yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So lucky for you, I should say, because not lucky,
Yes,
hard work actually. Your hard work has paid, but still, yesterday's paper of NEET-SS was completely again a shocker. So many of the students are disappointed with the kind of general surgery MCQs that have been asked in the exam. So to the aspirants who are appearing for the new pattern, 150 MCQ general surgery wale pattern.
Yes, sir.
So you might have already prepared for NEET-SS general surgery ke liye, complete general surgery pattern. So what suggestion you want to give? Which books would you suggest to follow? Of course, we know that it is unpredictable what sort of questions they are going to ask. But still, how do you want to advise a Euro aspirant how to balance his preparation for INICET SS as well as to the new NEET-SS complete general surgery pattern?
Sir, I think one of the most important things is to have an internal idea of what you're good at, what you're bad at. And the only way I found that works is that if you constantly keep testing yourself. So that way, you know that, I, for example, used to think that my GI was very decent. It's only after I gave a couple of realized I'm talking about the general surgery part of it. I always thought GI was still okay. Other things were weaker. Only after giving a lot of tests did I realize that that part needed to be worked on as well. It wasn't up to the mark. Apart from that, sir, I think you should just choose one book. It's always a gamble because you can't possible for you to do all of the textbooks at the same level. My advice would be to stick to Bailey for general surgery. Do Bailey very thoroughly, and after that, choose one out of Sabiston or Schwartz and try to add on to it. The other thing which I found very useful is to keep a is I used to keep a notebook on the side where I would note down things, measurements or numbers or percentages, which I knew I would forget. So
Exactly.
I made it a habit of going over it once a day. Like before I would sleep, I would go over it. Trials, for example, in prostate trial names, you would keep forgetting them. You would keep getting them mixed up, small details here and there. So I wrote everything down in one notebook. Whenever I would come across a trial, I would write it down. Even if I was searching for something else and I would find it, I would just write it down in one place, whatever it was. And then before sleeping, I would just go over it, make flashcards or something. So it would take about half an hour. I would keep 10 minutes for general surgery, 10 minutes for Euro flashcards, and 10 minutes for trials. And I would do that before going to sleep. So that constant, every day you're going over it, every day TNM staging you're reading, it would, that's the way I would work.
It will be a ready reckoner for you. So daily you used to go through those flashcards. Okay, got it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So general surgery, coming back again to general surgery. So how did you find, see, you are enrolled with us, you did this general surgery MCQs from Sebiston and Bailey ka jo combo humne lagaya.
Yes,
Some
sir,
around
yes, sir.
5,000 MCQs are there. Did
Yes,
you find solving them interesting and useful in your preparation for general surgery?
Absolutely, sir. Sir, I mean, we tend to at least tend to overestimate my memory a lot. So I would read it, and you think, "Acha, I have it down." I'm 2 months later, also, if you ask me, you'll do it. But 2 days later, if you would wake up and suddenly you would find that you don't remember it. But when somebody asks you those questions in that particular pattern again and again, you change the language a little bit. You just it gets reinforced, and a lot of the times, whether you get it correct or you get it wrong, when you're going through the answers and it strikes you at that point, so that stays with you for much longer. That's what I've found. So question banks, test series.
Yes, yes. So test series of this general surgery is helpful. I got it. So
Very helpful.
so what is the role of giving mock exams? So how did giving mock exams help you in building up your confidence, or did it bring down your confidence? So what is the role of mock exams in your preparation?
Sir, I used to again. I think this might be specific for me, but I used to have a lot of anxiety just related to answering questions. And I would try to avoid it like anything. And what I found was when you're actually sitting in front and you're trying to answer those questions, a lot of the time it doesn't matter how much you've studied unless you're in that habit of you know sitting in one place and saying, okay, I'm going to try to figure out the answer for this question that's given in front of me. That focus doesn't come until you sort of develop it. So for me, mock exams helped with that. Mock exams were a very good internal marker for me, because if I said I would say I have to get above, let's say, 80%, 80% of the questions I have to get correct. Then you go back and you see how did you come down from 100, to whatever percentage you are, and what is that blind spot that you have in your preparation. Because very often it's not the fact that you have to do something that you've already done better, but it's just that you missed out some small piece here and there, you thought it wasn't important, and you would get questions from there. That was the second thing in which it helped me. So the third thing was I would be able to gauge how well I had studied something. So I found that you would either spend too much time or too less time with a topic. But if you said, I'm going to up till 80% correct, I'm going to study, and after that I'm going to move on, then that helps you plan things much better.
Okay. So you have been attending Vise Academy ka jo mock exams. So I have seen you are always in the
Yes,
top of the list, at least in the top 10. So was there improvement from the first mock to the last
Yes,
mock?
sir.
So what kind of improvement did you find in yourself? See, mock exams, the idea of we conducting mock exams is one, for time management, two, to analyze and know about yourself.
Yes,
So
sir.
what kind of improvement did you find in your preparation when giving these kind of mock exams?
Sir, as in from the first mock exam to later?
Yeah.
So I think when I used to see the breakup of how I had done, I would get about 75% correct in general surgery, 50% correct in 75 correct in Euro, so about 50% correct in general surgery. And so to be honest, in the beginning, even in the mock exams, I wasn't in front. I was maybe 60th, 70th percentile. But I realized that general surgery was going to pull me down unless I did something about it. So I started focusing on that. And honestly, that entire realization is what helped me in the INI exam, I think.
Okay.
I had done general surgery to that level.
So on a scale of 1 to 5, if you want to rate the mock exam, quality of mock exams that we have conducted for INICET or general surgery mock exams. So how do you want to rate the mock exams conducted by Vise Academy?
4.5.
Good. Okay. Now, so you said that there was some kind of stress buster for you.
Yes,
You
sir.
used to go for a jog, you used to go for some exercise kind of thing. So you believe that reading continuously for 14 hours, 12 hours doesn't help?
No, sir. Absolutely not. I've tried it. It didn't help me, sir. I mean, maybe there are people out there that can, but not.
Okay. So what are your plans for future once you're done with urology, or you want to pursue further studies like going to robotics, or you're planning anything to go abroad? So any sort of such kind of ideas you are having, Archit?
So I was thinking of going to the UK after. In fact, my backup option, if this didn't work, was to give the MRCS and go to the UK. But I'll have to see, sir, what the situation in up once I start working and all that, because I've only seen a very small part of it in Bombay, what the urology situation. I haven't thought about fellowship. That will come later. Get an idea.
Okay, Archit, it was nice talking to you. And
thank you, sir.
Me, Kaushik, and entire team from Vise Academy congratulate you again on your success.
Thank you so much, sir.
We humbly present that we could at least guide you or help you out in your preparation. So it was an honor for us to interact with people like you, guide you, and it always makes us proud when people like you said from 650 odd rank reaching to AIMS first rank is definitely a completely paradigm shift and kind of great achievement. Congrats to you again, Archit.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, and all the very best for your future, Archit. We should meet up sometime, somewhere in the conference.
Absolutely, sir. Sir, I will call you if there's, even in practicality, if there's any issues. Sure. I'm warning you in advance, sir. I will definitely call you.
Sure. Pleasure is always mine, Archit.
Thank you so much, sir.